Oh. Painting goo 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 goo. Painting goo 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 goo. Painting goo. Paintingu, paintingu. Paintingu, goo 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 goo. Painting goo 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 goo. Painting goo goo goo. Painting goo. Painting goo. Painting goo. Paintingu. Are you 30 mortars? It's Friday. Give it up for Myro the monkey. Let's finish this week strong. Paintingu. Goo. 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 Painting goo 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 goo. Painting goo goo goo. Painting goo. Painting goo. Paintingu. Paintingu. Goo 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 goo. Bring it home, Myro. Do it for all the 30 mortars. Paintingu. Goo 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 goo. Paintingu. Ah, yes. Give it up for Myro the monkey, bringing us in this morning on another glorious episode of Paintingu. If you have any honor, you will drop a tip in the monkey's bore. You can do that by clicking the link in the description of this live stream. Pay for Paintingu. Feed the monkey. His survivor depends upon you. And now, my beloved Japanites, welcome to Paintingu. And of course, are you other 30 mortars who either risk, watch, or telepathically communicate with us here on Paintingu, the Paintingu posse, as I descend into proper Paintingu posture and revere my froppy topnotu and its glorious froppiness, furriness, and its ability to connect me to the heavens. Ah, how are you, my beloved Japanites? It's been a stressful and sleepless week for me, to be quite honest. I fear manic this fine paintingu. Deu. Friday. Fuck. So, it is fortuitous and a bit of a synchronicity that you are apparently need some ravingu in your life this fine paintingu. Morningu. Deu. Friday. Fuck. I do not have much talking to do today. My mind is purely set upon tasks that I must perform. So, without any further ado, quick regather your chi, for we are about to engage in some ravingu. Some heavy, funky ravingu. Some shit that will cause your chi to flow freely down your spina and remind you that it is time for paintingu. Oh, I do hate that shit. Like, where I last stopped it. It's annoying. It vexes me, like many paintingu. Occasionally, I am vexed. Oh. Right. A sip to cleanse my palate. Oh. Right. I'm awake. Kind of. Oh. Paint. Goo. Paint. Goo. I have a shark to finish. What is a shark? It's a cheetah shark. Don't ask questions. Where's my royal rag? I praise my divine rag. My only possession that I was allowed to take from heaven. That's why it's the only thing I have that is purple. When I was booted from Chinese heaven by the Monkey King, all I was allowed to take was my rag. Just like held it in front of me. He was just like, here, painter, take your rag. Imagine getting kicked out of heaven in that fashion. You, get the fuck out and take this with you. Like, ugh. Painting goo goo. Allow the music to permeate your spina, for it is time for paintingu. Oh, the caffeine running through my veins is making me sweat too. Let's get these bitches wet too. I have a kayaks to paint, a shark to finish. There's so much shit to do. So much shit to do. Sunflowers, symmetrical beetle-looking scarab mask things, turtles. Oh god. I've been painting so much lately that I can't remember the last time I drew. Oh, it was when I was camping. That's the last time I actually drew something. Everything I've just been painting, like. And I'm not complaining. I just notice it. I notice it when I haven't like had a pencil in my hand in a while. Right. This shark needs another layer of yarrow. Remember, my beloved Japanites, and all you other filthy mortars, to like and subscribe to paintingu. Because if you do not, then I am afraid Brother Garros, master of the aluminium bucket and sunglasses, he will find you and he will force you to like and subscribe to Paintingu. You do not want to tangle with a tiger, eh? On this fine Friday, eh? You will regret it, eh? Do not like and subscribe to Paintingu if you do not pay for Paintingu. You have no honor, and I will fling my tiger at you. You will hate it. Painting cuckoo. Painting cuckoo. Painting cuckoo. I now want yellow sharks, yellow spotted sharks to be a thing. I want to see it on National Geographic. New discovery. Like, how fucking mental would that be? Dick Fordu! Welcome to Paintingu. Imagine it was just all over the news one day. Scientists discover new species of shark. It's classified as a shark. This cheetah shark. Well, there's tiger sharks. Why wouldn't you have a cheetah shark? It just doesn't sound right, you know? That's why you wouldn't have a cheetah shark. It just doesn't sound right. Shark, much better. Actually, I want to test something. I want to test how much more opaque that Pebeo yellow is than the gouache yellow. Because as beautiful as this stuff is, it's still yellow. It's still your typical yellow, and it's still slightly not opaque. But this shit. This Pebeo stuff repeatedly seems to be of just a different quality. Look at this. Witness the glory of how yellow that is. Oh, it's glorious. They have bottled sunlight. A quick dip. It's a slightly different shade. Oh, it's far more potent when it comes to the scent department. Good God. And it's slightly paler. But to be honest, the opacity seems to be essentially the same. It's just how it is with yellow, you know? If you're not painting onto white, you're fucked. Painting goo, painting goo. So many layers of yellow. It's always the problem I run into when you put loads of layers on stuff. Like if you put too many on, it starts to like get textured, like, you know, which is literally the opposite of what I want. That's why I get the matte stuff. I want it to be flat, like the realm. Grifu, welcome. Garros is weak and slow. I beat him every time. I know, like, Stabaru is like quickly becoming the mascot of Paintingu. I'm gonna have to do a bear version of everyone here. I've done bear versions of, well, like I did a bear version of Solver Bear from our group, Sleep Deprived, Metal Bear. Another bear from our group called Kerry Mama Bear, like ages ago. This is going to be like a poster thing. Is that everyone? Can't remember. I need to do a bear version of all of you guys. I need to do a 2-acre one. So like hunting gear with some fish or some shit, like I need to do Stabaru. But like I kinda wanna go over the board with Stabaru. Like I wanna make him just this like mental looking bear with like mange, just like with knives. You know, like either sticking out of him or like he's got knives for claws or something. I don't know. Just want to go totally overboard with the Stabaru's one. Demon Hunter Bear, I could go pure anime with that and like give him like an awesome looking set of armor and like demon slayer sword or something like. I haven't done defender sketches. What is that? What I called them? Was it? They were. Was it defender sketches? Is that what it was? I can't remember. It was something catchier than that from what I remember. Ah, defender doodles. That's what it was. I haven't done a defender doodle in a while, yeah. Because I always just did them with like marker real quick, like. Paintingu. Right, we put some kayaks in while the shark dries. Every time I say shark now, I'm just gonna laugh. Yeah, I should do Stabber in a forklift actually, with knives. Put knives on the forklift. That'd be fucking hilarious. Just this like insane looking bear like driving like 90 miles an hour in a forklift. Like the forklift's going so fast it's on its rear wheels. It's doing a fucking wheelie like. And the fucking forks are knives. Or one's a fork and one's a knife. Too much white powder. Wouldn't white powder get like? You mean he's withdrawing from the white powder? Because if he was still on the white powder, he'd beat you to it every time. Part of me wants to like do like another rendering of Garlos, like, and give it like more thought, where like I'll actually put straps on the bucket, so it's like almost like bolted to him, so he can't take it off, like, you know. I just think it'd be hilarious. Oh god, I'm knackered. I stayed up way too late last night and got up far too early this morning. Oh. So many layers is what I say when I look in my chicken house. So many layers, that's awesome. I fully endorse the anime bear idea. American Gothic version? American Gothic version of what? Fucking man, a bear version of Griff would be hilarious as well. I'd have to put the dog in too. I'd have to put Nova in. So I'll put Griff like either like beside a truck or like driving the truck in a. I'll just put Griff in a cab with the dog. Yeah, that'd be cool. Just like a front-on view of like you in a truck cab with Nova, and like put like bandanas on the boaties or something. That'd be cool. I might do a few streams where I just do that on stream. That'd be fun, you know. We'll like take a day or a few days each, and like I'll do ollies. And then if you want, like, you can either like, you know, buy the original, or I'll send you a fucking print of it or some shit like. Oh god, I'm running on fumes today, like. Fuck. Wrong weekend here in our Alphabet country. Looking forward to a barbecue at home tonight with some friends and the wee ones. Will be glorious. Ah, barbecue. Barbecue. American Gothic version. Oh, like the portrait photo. Yeah. That's a hilarious painting. Give him a white underberry. Use your sticker on grill. Which one? What, do you want the retarded chicken or the little demon dude?
Is it a world, or will it consume us all?
Fucking squeaky bitch.
I demand to know what's going on in my house.
I demand to know what's going on in my house. How dare you? Oh, do you know what I was thinking the last night? I did the female turned around and said, "How dare you," or something, like, just joking, like, you know. And then the thing popped into my head. You remember that fucking disabled lad, like the LGBT disabled fucking like paraplegic with fucking multicolored dreadlocks, mulatto looking lad with glass. Like how, like it was like the perfect, like give him glasses, make him half black, make him disabled, and put like, how dare you, make him sound like a mulatto Stephen Hawking. It's fucking like, how dare you? How dare you? I just like to say, how dare you?
Is it a new world or will it consume us all?
How dare you? There's Stabberoo, fucking Demon Hunter. You guys fucking are gamers like myself. Do you see all this shit about Dr. Disrespect? You know who Dr. Disrespect is? He's like a big gaming streamer. Fucking apparently he got caught like talking to underage girls or something. Like, dude's got a wife and kids. Like, fucking drama. Like.
Each of us dies slowly. The prison of our minds.
Where's this fucking
We
everything?
sail in the sun, in waves. We sleep.
Just fucking squeaky bitch. Jesus Christ. I'm gonna dip that thing in WD-40, like leave it overnight. I'm gonna grease that bitch up. I'm gonna grease this black cunt up so it stops squeaking at me. Oh. Yeah, I fucking got, like, he got caught. Like, allegedly, I don't know, like, it's like, just look loads of, like, everyone's talking about it. Asmongold's talking about it, fucking Ninja, the guy who was, like, a big Fortnite young fella, like, it's funny, I haven't seen that young fella, like, Ninja stream in a few years, because, like, I haven't kept up, but I haven't played Fortnite in ages, like, because, you know, it's fucking, it got so bad, like, real quick, like, and, your man Ninja looks like heavily like drugged out on some kind of pill or some shit, like, or fucking, like, he's aging like milk, that young fella is. And then like all the streamers that I've ever seen really, like, in the gaming sphere that I'd watch regularly, they're all like talking about the Dr. Disrespect thing and all, like, I'm just like, Jesus Christ, like apparently Twitch, apparently there was like a settlement in court and like Twitch paid him off. So like, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if anything actually happened. I haven't, like, you know, looked into it. You know, all I've seen is like everyone fucking talking about it, and I'm just like, oh, why? Like, do you know what I mean? Hey, don't get me wrong, I've never been a big Dr. Disrespect fan, like, you know, I'd see clips of him and I'm like, yeah, he's kind of funny, but there was always just something about him where I was like, you know, you can tell, it's kind of like with Ninja, like, do you know what I mean, you can tell that, like, they're not real people, like, they're playing the audience, you know, and like, they can argue that that's just like, oh, that's just like the name of the game, bro, like, you know, like, I put a costume on, you know, I pretended to be a Japanese go-to, you know, like, but like, I don't present myself as something I'm not, like, you know what I mean, and I'm not necessarily saying that Dr. Disrespect and Ninja and stuff do, but they kind of do, you know what I mean, because it's like obvious they do, like, I mean, like, Ninja's fucking main audience was like, you know, kids who were playing Fortnite, like, you know, and that dude's like in his 30s or some shit, like, it's a lot of creepy shit going on with gaming, like, you know. That's why I have so much respect for guys like Vox who are like, can we not just make good art, you know, good, moral, intelligent, like, fucking good art, like. Like, it's actually mad seeing what happened, fucking, you know, like the Warhammer 40k situation, completely wokeified. And like that Helldivers 2 game only came out like a fucking, what, start of the year or some shit, like a few months ago it only released, like, and it like exploded onto the scene and everyone was playing it. And then within a few weeks it's like, oh, here comes the LGBT fucking crowd, like, oh fuck, like. It's not lame and gay enough, make it lame and gay. For like 5 people who like fucking a lot of the time turn out to be fucking closet pedophiles or some shit, like a lot of, like, man, the fucking amount of like creeps that you see, like, I don't know, it's not all of them, like there's people out there with genuine like trauma and fucking mental issues, and I think I'm a girl. It's like, okay, Timmy, we need to have a chat. I'm not saying that they don't like genuinely have some kind of struggle, like, do you know what I mean? But for fuck's sake, like, if they not got anyone in their lives, it's like imagine being that poor unfortunate child that's just got like woke parents in a woke, you know, suburb with woke politicians and a woke school and a woke doctor, like, do you know what I mean? And you just get like shoehorned, like all of them are like in on it and agree with it, and all these kids that are just like, yeah, come on Timmy, let's cut your cock off, make you a girl, you know, like, you'll feel so much better when you're wearing a bra. Like, okay. Jesus Christ. Fucking demons. I want to make this shark as derpy looking as possible. That's like legit one of my favorite like forms of character design or creation. Is I love making things that are like cute and hilarious and like kind of retarded looking. Like it's cuteness, like at least 50% of its cuteness stems from how like from like the appearance of utter lack of consciousness. Just like that's why I love my retarded chicken so much. Things just like, it looks so derpy. I love it. When Raving Goo is finished, I'll stick on like the heavier shit. Go even more Raving Gooer. Oh, glorious Kepo. I need to switch bitches. She may be sharp, but she's flaring out on me. Disobedient little fuck. Gross, ew, get in the pit, doctor. Yeah, I know, like, it's fucking... But like when you look at, like, I've never seen him on a stream once, and like, you know, he has this costume of like, he's got like a red body art, like bulletproof vest on kind of thing, and he's got these like over the top like racing, like cyclist sunglasses, like, do you know what I mean? These huge like angular looking things, like as far as I know, a wig. And then like this like, you know, big puffy mustache. Like, he looks funny. He like, his appearance is funny, and that's his logo as well. Like, this is his face. It's funny looking. And it's a cool logo and all, like. But I remember seeing like him like live on stream, like talking. He's got his headset and stuff, like, and he was like wearing these like tight black leggings, and he was barefoot in his studio. And like, don't get me wrong, like I walk around with bare feet all the time and stuff, like, you know what I mean? And like just because somebody's got their bare feet on the screen, I'm not judging them solely upon that. But the overall vibe and appearance and body language and like delivery of his stuff, I just got that vibe of like that guy's a grifter. He's like Hollywood. He's the type of dude that like wants to be like Hollywood. Like, do you know what I mean? It's like, it's all show. That's why the production value on a stream was like, you know, quite high. And that's why he blew up so much, because people were like, oh, this is deadly. Like, do you know what I mean? It's like a gaming TV show, you know? But it's always the same, like, not always, but like, a lot of that happens, like, you know, somebody blows up, gets a lot of fucking money, like, get really famous, they're a character, then they start going to these cosplay things, these meetings, these events and stuff like that, like, and like, I'm not saying that, like, you know, oh fuck Dr. Disrespect, dirty bastard, you know, like, I haven't got a fucking clue what happened, I'm just saying everybody's talking about it, like, but there's like, we live in a realm, especially like these times, well, you could easily argue that it's been happening since time immemorial. But like situations where, like, you know, like I was talking to the female about the whole thing. I was like, "Do you see this? This is fucking mad." And I was like, "There's every possibility that he was like set up, and none of it's true. But because of how the legal system works, especially in the States, somebody makes a claim, and then there's a court case, and then this happens, and then there's like, you know, fucking confidentiality agreements between like the lawyers and the clients, and then like the court system, and then what they can and cannot say, wild things going on, and all of this fucking bureaucratic madness, like, and legalese shite, like, all this litigious crap, which I know for the most part is like necessary, like, you know, but it's just like, at the same time as him coming off a bit weird and creepy, like, or whatever like that, like, you know, I mean, the nature of it is that like he is like pretending and stuff, like, so, you know, it's like, you know, you're never gonna get a true example of the guy, of what the guy is like really like, unless he breaks character like all the time, like I do, you know, which I don't know. Disrespect does that, but like, it's just a weird situation. Like, I kind of lost my train of thought there, because like, I'm just like, it's just weird, you know what I mean? Like, it just happens a lot where I'm just like, I look at like this drama online with like, you know, people I've watched for a while, or like have seen, like, in between watching other people and stuff, or hear people talking about them, and then there's always this shit where it's like, oh yeah, that's what I was like. The way I was going with it was like, you never know if it's like some kind of like, it's meant to be a scandal because they see him as a competition. You know, that's where I was going with this. Is like, he did come out of nowhere kind of, and did blow up. You know, and did make, like, you know, he was making his own game and stuff, like, you know, with a team and stuff. And because of all this, they've like booted him out of the project and shit. So like, it could be a situation where someone saw him as a threat financially because he was like, you know, coming into the scene and making a big fuss and a lot of money, you know, and set him up, you know, or like plant a lot, like, you know, fucking, like, I wonder how difficult it is to like fake messages. Like, I'd say, like, surely that's possible with all the, like, with the shit that hackers can do and the way you can do tech and stuff. Like, could you not, like, the same way a policeman can like show up to a crime and just stick a baggie in a guy's pocket and be like, oh look what he had on him, and you're like, nigga, you put that there. Sometimes that's true, sometimes they do, like, you know, fucking the Dave Chappelle jokes, it's like, sprinkle a little crack on him, like, so that shit happens, like, that's why it's funny, because it's fucking true. Like, there are corrupt authorities and they do corrupt shit, and that's one of the things they do, is where it's like, okay, we need to get this guy, but we don't have any evidence. Okay, well, make some then, you know? It could be a situation like that. What if there was like a lot of people with things like, you know, invested in other streamers, and Dr. Disrespect is like, you know, making waves and stuff, and like sapping up all these resources from that scene, you know? And they're just like, need to get rid of this fool. He's making too much money, you know? And they just make up some shit, like. It just wouldn't surprise me if all of that was the reality of the situation, like, you know? Yeah, the fucking package hasn't shown up yet. Like, I got an email the day that I paid for it, confirming that they're releasing the package and like even the way they worded it, you know, like we are prepared to release your package and have it delivered now that you have paid the customs fee. And it's kind of like, what do you mean release my package? Were you keeping my package hostage until I paid your fucking vig, you criminal cunts? Like, but anytime anybody sent me something, I generally get a text message on my phone from the post office that's like, this package is due to be delivered today in between the hours of blah 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 blah, and I haven't received that text message yet. And I was kind of bummed out this morning because, like, you know, I paid them Wednesday and it usually takes them 24 to 48 hours, and like post office is like around the corner, but it might not be in that one. It might have to get to that one first and then come to me. So like I was a bit like, you know, oh, for fuck's sake, like, when I realized that, like, I hadn't gotten the text message, because when I got the email I was like, oh cool, you know. But yeah, stupid me forgot that, like, I always get a fucking SMS thing on my phone the day of, and I haven't received anything. Like, I got a normal text message from my mobile network, and I came up for making a coffee, and I was like, oh, is that it? And I was like, no, this is from 3. We've given you free €5 for the month for your mobile network thing. I don't give a fuck about that. Where's my fucking package? Where is my package? Mortal A. I suppose I won't do the other eye, because if I want him to be derpy, well, actually, you know, I'll have the angle on him. I might do it like this. Beautiful. He's beautifully derpy. He's only gonna look more derpy when I put the details in. Like, I'm only giving him bottom teeth, so he's like, oh. like, like, am I the only one that, like, likes pugs? You know them dogs, pugs, like, fucking, like, they have all sorts of, like, genetic issues, like breathing problems and shit, because their face is so, like, smushed up from, like, breeding and stuff. Like, my godmother got 2 pugs, like, and you hear them breathe and all, like, you're like, Jesus Christ, put that thing down, like, you can't even breathe, like. But they're like, and they're like horrifically ugly and lots of, like, they're these bug-eyed fucking little, like, smushed up bulldog looking things. But there's an adorability to them, like, do you know what I mean? There's this, like, ah, oh, look at you, you fucking ugly little retard, like. Isn't he adorable? And the thing's like, like, oh, it's hilarious. I think I'll let him dry for a bit, and I'll put some mice in these kayaks. Painting goo, painting goo, painting goo, painting goo, painting goo. Corberu! Welcome, Corberu. You honor us with your presence, Sister Corberu. Painting goo, 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 goo. It ain't about the money anymore. These companies are beholden to the beast. Yeah, that's true, yeah. The amount of companies that don't even make a profit. And, like, they don't give a fuck. It's like, it's not about the money. It's about sending a message. It's so true, like, you know. Goddamn demons, man. We sure unbox you on Monday. Hopefully, yeah, hopefully. More than likely. It more than likely show up on Monday. If it didn't show up yesterday or today, and I paid for it Wednesday, then yeah, chances are it's going to show up Monday. If it doesn't, I'll be surprised. But yeah, I'll do the same thing I did with Denmark Bear. I'll let you know when it's here, and you tell me if you're going to be available. You know, if you're going to be in the chat, and if you're not, I'll pick a different day and do it then. Just smush all this white in here. Get a nice grey tone for our mice. Get some nice grey for the mice. Make it nice for the mice. A smidge of brack to make it grey. Art them used in profile pic on apps. Art them used in profile pic on apps? What are you on about, Griff? That's where the digital forensics guys come in if he's guilty in the pit, allegedly. Yeah, like that stuff's like, I always think that stuff's kind of mad how like people try to get away with shit and all, but like if they just get a hold of your fucking, you know, they don't even actually need physical connection to your computer now, do they? They can just like remotely access your computer and then like get in and then just like see whatever they want. I've been watching some like fairly dark stuff lately, like with fucking like pedophile catchers and stuff like that. Kind of like, you know, mom and pop version of Chris Hansen's Predator thing. And man, like I know it's a weird thing to say where you're watching something that's so dark, and I do be laughing all the time, but like trust me, you guys would probably laugh too, because you're just the shit they say. I feel like if I don't laugh when I'm watching it, like I'll start like, you know, getting angry and like hating them, which is like, that's not healthy for me, like, do you know what I mean? But like some of the shit they say is just fucking wild, man. Like the excuses they make. Like the one I was watching yesterday, like I swear to God, this chap said that the reason he'd been texting an underage girl is because he smokes too much tobacco and it's giving him dementia. And I like paused it and I just started breaking shit laughing. Like I was like, what the fuck? Like, and man, what's the crack with so many of these lads being in these mobility scooter things? Like I've seen a pattern here where like these fucking freaks who like literally lie about fucking everything, they're in fucking mobility scooters, like. And then I was thinking about it and I was like, it kind of makes sense on like it has a logic to it, like, do you know what I mean, where like typically you see someone in a mobility scooter and like no alarm bells will go off in your head because it's like, oh, that dude's disabled, you know, like what possible threat could he pose to me or society, you know? But quite often these guys in these mobility scooters are like not only not disabled, but they're fucking predators, like, or just straight up freaks, like, you know? I just find that shit crazy, like fascinating, you know? I find it fascinating. It like I feel like I watch these things and I kind of like when you like, you know, you watch tragedy or fucking, well, not that all the things I'm watching aren't tragedies, but like, you know, when you watch something that reminds you to appreciate life, you know? Because I was about to say I suffer from that. I don't think I suffer from it, but like I have a bad habit of becoming complacent and like taking things for granted and shit. It's like an unfortunate side effect of how like easygoing I am. I can tend to just be like too easygoing in that sense, like. And I also think it's an unfortunate side effect of having genuine joy most of the time. Is like you genuinely do like what Owen says, where it's like people can't conceive of how fucked up these people are, so they're just like naively ignorant. I still kind of have that every so often. Like I fall back into that where I'm like, oh, everything's great. I have lots of cool friends. I'm a painter. You know, I'm not making a lot of money, but I'm making enough money that it's like looking good and like I'm growing as a person. All these great things, and then like. You're like, I force myself to like watch something like really dark where I'm like, fuck yeah, I have to work harder. Jesus Christ, the world's broken. Like, well, not the world. The world is broken, not the realm. You know what I mean? Because they created the world. You know. If you're into that fucking wordplay gravy, which I really am. I fucking love the wordplay stuff. It's so cool. Even something like saying package in Japu is another package. Is a pakage. It's like pakage. Like it's like a fucking like Deliveroo for homos. Call pakage now. We'll have a fag at your door in 5 minutes. Just dial 333-666. Fag. You remember that when they used to put like letters in the numbers, like to call 0090 ambulance. Call like 033-666 fag. Oh. I swear to God, I haven't even like finished this chart, and like I keep just like looking at it, and like, you know, I'm seeing what I want it to look like and what it would look like in 3D and shit. Like, and I want a plush cuddly toy of my retarded chicken, and I want a plush cuddly toy of this thing. And I want like a 13-inch resin model of my Xenoblade. Like, and if I had the money, I'd start just like going to like people with 3D printers and people who make toys, and I'd be like, make this. I don't care how much it costs, make this. I'd definitely be one of those people, like, do you know what I mean? If I was like Trump and had like a shit ton of resources, like, I'd walk into rooms, like boardrooms, and I'd just be like, I don't care, I don't want to hear it, just get it done, and just leave. The chicken will exist. I don't care. Look how much it costs. I don't care how many kids you need to enslave in Africa to get all the fucking feathers for this shit. I'm obviously taking the piss. like I'm the type of guy that if somebody pointed out to me that like, oh no, that's not the Windsor Newton one. It's like, you do realize that Windsor Newton is like a fucking English colony in Africa, and like all your brushes come from like human hair. I'd be like, Jesus Christ, that's messed up. So, like, but like, if you don't know, you don't know, like, you know. It is kind of funny, isn't it, how like, you know, so, like, what's that fucking, is it Cyrus? Is it Cyrus? I think it's Cyrus, isn't it? Fuck it, in the Matrix, betrayer, the Judas. And he's like, he bites into the steak and he's like, oh, ignorance is bliss. Like, do you know what I mean? It is! Do you know what I mean? But the thing is like, when you're no longer ignorant through learning and experience and like enlightenment, and your ignorance, you know, either reduces or completely disappears given the subject matter, you now have a responsibility to like be good, true and beautiful. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, that's how it works. You now know this, so like, you know, now that you know, that's how it's supposed to work. Like, you know, it's like so horribly inverted. Like, Max Dalborough! Welcome to Paintingu. Cool tune again. Oh man, some of the fucking tunes we play on fucking Paintingu are some of my favourite fucking tunes. Like, it's just the shit I listen to all the time. Like, I love this one, the Ravengoo playlist. I'm growing really fond of the Japanese funk one. Cypher. Did I call him Cyrus? Cypher, yeah. I'm probably thinking of Cyrus the Virus from fucking Con Air or some shit. Like, my brain's fried today. You can probably see it in my eyes, can you? Fucking knackered. Bunch of creepy Mike Whelan types. Yeah, like that. I actually turned around to the female. It was like, remember that dude that fucking said all that bullshit about Owen in the local paper? He was a fucking creepy looking mobile scooter fucking pedo ring wearing fucking cunt as well. Like, it's so weird. It's like an archetype of demon. There's like certain kind of goblins that like embody that, like attempting to be cunning and intelligent, but are actually like blatantly, like, in most ways anyway, like, it's just like, what the fuck, like, where they're like, well, if I pretend to be disabled, they won't think I'm a monster. It's like, no, dude, I can see it a mile away that there's something fucking up at your ass. Like, I can see it in their eyes.
Turn on the machine.
Empathy vampires come in all shapes and sizes. Yeah, that's true as fuck, yeah. It's weird, isn't it, where it's like the whole, like, you know, appearances can be deceiving. Very true. Like the whole, like, all is not as it seems. Appearances can be deceiving. What lies underneath and all this shit, like. But at the same time, you could look at someone like, you know, fucking George Soros or I don't know, here's a horrible looking cunt, fucking, I don't know, like Mickey Rourke. Fucking, I see the thing in Mickey Rourke there the other day. This guy was pointing out that, like, Mickey Rourke used to be a heartthrob back in the day in, like, the fucking 80s or some shit. And then he tried to get into boxing and did a lot of plastic surgery. That's why he ended up looking so different. And it's like the photo they got of him was like side on and it was crazy looking. And he's like, now Mickey Rourke looks like someone else wearing a mask of Mickey Rourke. And like, he fucking does. Like, it's like, the physiognomy shit is true at the same time. Like, do you know what I mean? It's like you could look at someone and be like, you look like a fucking demon. And like a lot of the time, most of the time, they're probably a fucking demon. But every so often, you get a demon, like something that looks like a demon, and it's not. It's probably a saint. Like, he looks like a demon because he's been through some shit. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, and then the opposite is true as well. It's like he's got this like absolutely beautiful looking woman. She's like sweet and all this stuff initially, but then like she turns out to be this like harridan, you know, this like psychotic, narcissistic fucking succubus of a thing. Like, it's the same. It's the same. Like, it's weird. It's weird the way like there's truth on both sides generally of like everything is like a polarity, you know. It's like a positive and negative effect to everything, like, which is cool as fuck, but also like weird and sometimes terrifying. Painting goo goo, painting goo goo, painting goo goo. once you've had kids of your own, you get a sixth sense around certain individuals. Nope, you ain't coming anywhere near my kids. Yeah, I'd say so, yeah. Oh, glorious. I think I have a bit of that sixth sense just from like the way I grew up, the people I've been around. It's not like really accurate, like, you know, I've been wrong about a few people and shit, like, but like generally, like if someone's like very deceptive, sometimes I haven't picked up on it. Like I can be quite like naive and gullible, but that's what I mean. It's like Owen has spoken about this before, where it's like when you're just like, you're that kind of person where you're like, yeah, you know, like you're like enthusiastic about shit and all, like, and then just repeatedly over the years you're like, like I don't want to let the world get to me and like not be the way I am. But like, fuck me, like every time I'm like, you know, yeah, like let's do this, like there's just some cunt who just wants to shit all over it, like it's mad, like. Like you guys were in that fucking chat there the other day, the one where he's talking to Alpha Vedic, and like that Liz Antoinette bitch is in there, and like that fucking Slick Rick fucker, like what a fag. And then like, ask him about this. It's like, oh my god, like give over, like how long is it, like anybody who has a brain cell or is paying attention knows all the stuff that's been proved untrue. Knows all the stuff that you guys just either keep making up or just keep harping on the same fucking shit. Like that is either a straight up lie or a manipulation or like a fucking straight up contradiction of another lie you fucking said. It's like, Jesus Christ, have you got... Well, that's the thing. I was about to say, have you got nothing better to do? That's the unfortunate, like really gross reality of these people. Is like, could you imagine a day in the life of being them? And like, like if you like follow them around like a fly on the wall for like a full 24 hours, you'd just be like, oh my god, what a fucking sad individual. Like what a... Like your spine would want to fall out your arse. Just being like... Just watching them, you know, go around with their day and then get on that chat and just be like, ask him about gay, you fucking... You know, like, you're like, dude, go do something you want to do. Go do something that makes you happy. Please, like, for your sake. Get off, like... You don't even have to get off the internet. Just get out of that part, like that section of the internet where you like only go to be like, like, because that's all it is. Like, just like, just literally poking a bear, like, and then like the bear will go like, home, and I'm like, he was mean to me. Like, are you serious? You just spent the last 6 months calling him a fucking tranny. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? It's just so, like, most of the time I laugh at it. But sometimes, like, if I'm not in a great mood, sometimes I'm just like, oh. And, like, it makes sense, because, like, that's what it is. It's like your energy's, like, being sucked. Your energy's being polarized by someone else, like, do you know what I mean? You come into the chat and you're like, hey gang, this stream's gonna be awesome, which it was a great chat, your man Lando crushes, but like, you just see these other people, they're like literally they're like the antithesis of like the bear community, where they're just like, my only purpose is to suck. Like, and you're like, okay, well, like, can you at least do it somewhere else? And it's like, no, I love you. I love sucking from you. Your genuine joy tastes so good. It's like the opposite of like, you remember when fucking I think they still do it, don't they? You remember when people like Crowder and all used to be like, I drink your liberal tears, they taste delicious. Hilarious. Fucking hilarious. Like when they used to just be like liberal tears with the mugs and all, like, it's like, yes, cry, woke fuck. Like, do you know what I mean? Fucking so funny. It's the opposite of that. And it's like still kind of funny, but it's like got that creepy undertone to it. Like, I am, my sole purpose in life is to drink your joy. Like, dude, it's like, it's literally like, it's like you've got leeches on you, and you're like, oh, what the fuck? You know, like, someone give me a lighter. Ugh. Like, it's just that, like, what's Chris describe it as? That icky electric energy, that dirty electric energy. It literally, like, I can feel it, like, do you know what I mean? It's, sometimes it sucks being an empath. It really does, like, especially as a bloke. Where you're, like, supposed to, like, have your feelings disciplined and shit. It's so much harder to do that shit around people like that. Where they literally, like, they bring out the worst in you, you know, like, they're trying to, like, suck all the good energy out of you, like, fuck's sake, like. It's totally understandable why people like that in, like, in a more medieval scenario were just, like, hung or, like, you know, banished from, you know, like, get the fuck out, but I'll die, it's winter. Nobody cares, fuck off. Like, if you're still here in 10 minutes, we'll put an arrow in you, you know, and they, like, try to, like, limp to the next kingdom, you know. That's all it is, like, you know. I can make him a bit darker. A mouse in the back needs more brack. One Chomo just got set loose because he said he had dementia. Oh man, don't get me started. Like, you know, the fucking shit that some of these people get away with. Again, I was saying this stuff to the female yesterday when I was watching that thing, where I'm like, these guys, they're like, a lot of the time the justice system doesn't know what to do with them, so they just like they give them early release and they put them in some kind of it's like the way the priests, from what I can see anyway, it's like the way the church dealt with priests. It's like, oh, he fucked another kid, alright, move him to a different parish. It's kind of the same thing, because like the prison doesn't want to be liable. From what I can tell, this is like, you know, I could be wrong, but like from how it looks from my perspective, prisons don't want to be liable for like locking a guy like that up. Not only for like cost, because it's like, okay, we can't put him in Gem Pop, they'll just kill him, you know. And then like you have all of these pedophile lovers and all these cult groups that are in, like, you know, fucking insane demon energy vibes. Like, what's that thing called? Mambla? Like, the fact that there's actually, like, think about how that, like, how do you get to that point where there is a known group that actively petitions for pedophilia to be made legal and they're allowed to exist? Like that's, like, you know, like, I'm not a Christian, but when that stuff like rears its head in society, I'm like, where's the Spanish Inquisition? What the fuck? I mean, like, like, someone get me a can of nightales and some oil and some, you know, torches and shit. Like, I am about to expel this demon. Like that's it. Like I'm the furthest thing from a Christian in so many ways, because like I hate all that ideological dogma shit, like, and the hypocrisy and stuff, like, you know, the holier than thou shit, like. But I like that vibe of, like, you know, fucking tell me your name, demon, as I cast you out in the name of Christ. Like, there's a gravitas to that, you know, that, like, calling upon the authority of God to deal with this, like, you know, awful thing. Like, I love that shit. Like, in the name of Jesus, I call you, demon, show yourself. That I may rip you. What was that? There was a movie that Russell Crowe was in, and it was about the Vatican. I wanted to watch that. I never like made time to go back and like look for it and watch it. I can't remember what it was called, but it looked really cool. Like, I love Russell Crowe. I think he's a deadly actor. I think he did an amazing job as Kal-El in Man of Steel. I thought it was so fucking cool. Like that bit where he's like, the hologram version of him is like opening and closing doors at the, like, you know, it's not actually his dad, it's like his dad's imprint is like helping him. You know, it's a really cool part of the movie for me. Like, I thought it was deadly. But there's a fucking Exorcist like style movie, and Russell Crowe is like the main character in it. Like, and I seen the trailer for it, and like, he's all Italian, you know, and like, in nome di Patris et Spiritus Sancti, I expel you, demon, in the name of Jesus, you know, like, and I was like, I want to watch that. Like, I really want to watch that. Like, I love that shit. It's so fucking cool. Like I wish it was just that sometimes. I wish it was more black and white sometimes, where it was just like everyone in the public knew that like demons were a thing and they were bad, and like you just had to deal with them, like, you know, kind of like criminals or something, like, you know. I wish it was more like, maybe it will be in the near future with the way things are going, like, but I sometimes I wish it was more tangible, you know. But I get why it's not. I get why it's like an internal struggle. But sometimes you want to punch something, like, do you know what I mean? It's like sometimes your spirit is like, we need action, you know, like, and you want to see like some badass priest like show up with a cross and rosaries and be like, in the name of Jesus, and then just see some horrible demon looking thing just melting in the corner, like, you know, like, you want to see that happen to these cunts, like, you know, fucking drag queen story hour. You just want to see the Spanish Inquisition boot the door down and just be like, Expelliarmus Demonus! Like, did you just merge Harry Potter with the Spanish Inquisition? Shut up! Don't mind the details. Old Mick looks like Rocky Dennis shagged a package of ground beef. Oh my god. I don't even know who that is. But just a package of ground beef. Oh my god. Well, welcome to Paintingu. Spine fell out of their arse. Like, you ever get that feeling, like, do you know what I mean, where you're like, fucking, no, I don't mean literally, but like, your spine never fall out of your ass, no, never happened to you. Like, fucking, it's like the bad version of where you hear that part in the song that you love, and like, you get that tingle in your spine where you're like, oh, I love this bit of the song. It gives you that, like, it's like a dopamine hit or some shit, like, or ecstasy release, like a, what is ecstasy release? Is it dopamine? Or is it, what's the other thing? It releases all of your, what's the other feel-good drug? I thought it started with C. Serotonin. That's what ecstasy does, is it like releases all of the serotonin in your body in one go. That's why you're like, wow, this feels amazing. And then, like, when it wears off, you're like, I want to die. I think that's what that is. Like, you know, obviously I could be wrong. Like, you know, you hit that part of the song where you're like, oh, I love that bit, and like your spine like tingles. It's the bad version of that, where you're like, you're looking at someone who you're like, oh my god, like, it's not, like, think about how many times in your life that the only thing that has stopped you from putting hands on someone and brutally murdering them is because the police will arrest you. And like, the mental gymnastics you have to do to be like, hold on a minute, so me, and they call it being vigilante, like, you can't take justice into your own hands, but I'm a citizen. Like, so, shouldn't the citizen, is this not a civilization? Is this not, like, are we not all members of this community? Should we not, like, you know, sure, call the guards, but like, in a situation where you're there and like you're a capable law-abiding citizen and like a family man and all this fucking shit, like you vote and like all of this stuff's supposed to be functioning and good, why is that a bad thing for a dude to defend his fellow people, you know? Like, don't get me wrong, I do understand why ultimately stuff like that is illegal, like, you know, like, I get it, but I don't, like, at least now I'm at, like, in my journey, like, in terms of like morals and fucking intelligence and gnosis and all this fucking shit, like, I don't understand why it's such a, like, there's so many different ranges of it, like, do you know what I mean? You got countries that literally just drag the lad out in front of fucking everyone, put him face down on the dirt and put a fucking bullet in his head, and then you got like the Americans that like have this like convoluted justice system where like a lot of horrible shit happens, but then sometimes good shit happens, you know. And then you'll have like European countries where it's like very grey, you know, like, it's, and like places like, is it Sweden or Switzerland that has this fucking these like they're like reform centers instead of prisons, and you've dudes just like sitting around playing Xbox, and they've like fucking, I don't know if there's murderers in there, but like there's some like fairly like, you know, they're not good people, you know, like, and they're like, oh well, if you're just nice to them, they're much more like, you know, which I get, you know, in a sense. I mean, like, isn't that like a biblical thing, you know, like kind of a Jesus point of view, where it's like I kind of agree with this, like the ideology or like concept I'm about to describe, where like generally people who do bad things have either had bad things done to them first, or they exist in an environment or a state of mind that makes them like desperate and fearful and impulsive and all these things. And it's like, what is there even a utility other than propagating negative energies to punishing someone who's in a dark place? You could easily make a moral argument for like the best thing to do with someone who commits, like, we'll start with thievery, you know? It's the obvious one of like, steals a loaf of bread. Dude's hungry. Is that a bad thing? Is he a bad person? You know, like, there's like a real debate over that, where it's like, well, why is he hungry? Is he hungry because like he is weak and he hasn't used his free will to like sustain himself or his family or whatever? Or is there a situation that's out of his control that like has literally shoehorned him into a situation where he thinks his only option is to steal, like, you know? Because I know we always have a choice. I know everything's consent. But the truth is that sometimes wild shit happens completely. Like, look at something like Dresden, you know? When Owen turns around and is like, you know, they go on about the Holocaust all the time. Why does nobody ever fucking mention Dresden? They just murdered a load of civilians and shit, like, and wasn't it right at the end of the war? There was, like, no need for it, like. I didn't even know that that's what the crack was with Dresden. I just remember hearing it throughout fucking my younger years, where I was just like, why is Dresden such a horrible story? I just never paid any heed to it, like. Which isn't a good thing to do. Like, you know, I've learned that, where I'm like, you should at least, like, you know, have a cursory knowledge of, like, history to have somewhat of a fucking grasp of, like, why certain cultures and countries and nations and groups fucking hate each other, like, you know, because they all have a reason, you know, most of them anyway. There's a few that, right at the top, that seem to just be, like, in contact with demons and they couldn't give a fuck about anything. But, like, I'll just say I completely rambled off there. Completely rambled off. Sip, sip. My arse is getting numb. I'm thinking about too many things. Oh, right. Let's turn up the Raven Goo for the remainder of the goo. Okie dokie. What was I going to put on? Oh, yeah. Now I remember. You remember? Where is it? Yes. Yes! Give me this. Give it to me. I want it. Okay. I've given up on caring copyright shit and all. Like, I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I really don't. Like,
I am not turning this shit.
will you cease with your NASA rise?
We need to shoot.
I like Channing Tatum in 21 Jump Street and shit like that. Like, and Scarlett Johansson does a decent job as Black Widow. You know, like, some of those really big the huge blockbuster movies with like loads of fucking, you know, heavy hitters in them, like as far as like a Hollywood roster goes, like something along the lines of Don't Look Up. That one, I actually enjoyed that. It was all right, like, but it's still that like Hollywood ick off it, you know. But like, if you're gonna try and deny that Leonardo DiCaprio is like a really good actor, like DiCaprio's an amazing actor. Like, that's just subjectively true, like, you know. Brad Pitt, really fucking good actor, you know. Don't get me wrong, he's done some shit fucking Irish accents in his day, but like, most of Hollywood has. Right! Get your sweat on! While I paint. Not many people can say that they sweat like I do while they're painting. Because the fucking tunes, boy! Painting, go, 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 go. Painting, go, 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 go. It's all on the neck. Oh, wanna play Doom Eternal now. Go, go. Paint, paint. Go, go. Paint, paint. Go, go. If you went to a fucking, like, you know, whatever you want to call these things, these EDM fucking electric dance music DJ yokes, like a big fucking warehouse where this shit was playing, and the dude was like jacked and had an Anubis head on, like, you're gonna tell me that's not like fucking awesome? Because there's like so many people who'd be like, oh, that's just so demonic. But like, is it though? Like, I would have a blast at something like that. Like, do you know what I mean? Like fuck Dead Mouse with his big red head or whatever, like the big fucking red mouse smiling thing. Like, just some dude dressed as Anubis. He's like 6'5" and like jacked, and he's just like fucking brilliant. I'd have dudes like, you know, like big tanned jack lads, all with fucking Egyptian masks on, just like holding spears, lined up at the exits and stuff. Like, just like really go for the theme. Like, fucking brilliant. Like, if we ever did, like, I really hope I get to do painting goo on a stage one day, cause the fucking shit I'll do is so fucking funny. Painting goo, 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 goo. Painting goo, 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 goo. I'll make one of the mice brown, just to mix it up. How dare you interrupt the goo? Ugh. Fucking ugly looking motherfucker. Wingardium Leviosa! It would be so fucking funny if, like, an exorcist showed up and just started saying a lot of stuff from Harry Potter. And the demon's just looking at him being like, did you read the wrong book? Like, Expelliarmus! And the demon's like, hold on, that didn't work. Was that Latin? You sure that was Latin? Like, like, Like the priest pulls out like goblet of fire and is like flicking through the pages. I could have sworn my pronunciation was correct. X blocks serotonin and spikes dopamine. Is that what it is? Remember somebody turned around to me and was like, "Oh yeah, like releases all of your serotonin at the same time." That's what it is. Like, that's what I got told. So what's the difference between serotonin can relax you, is it? Whereas dopamine like makes you feel good or something. What's the difference between the two? You can commit a citizen's arrest, but it's frowned upon and discouraged. Yeah, because it's kind of like you're the like the teacher's pet from school. Like, I'm placing you under arrest. You're being bold. It's like, fucking try it. Like, you narc. like I can't wait. Like, that totally makes sense. Like, you know, who the fuck are you? You know, like, show me your badge, bitch. Oh man, I watched the funniest fucking thing ever there the other day. Well, not literally, but like, it's one of the funny. It had me laughing like fucking more than I've laughed in a while. Like, I think the female heard me from upstairs. I was in the kitchen. I was like breaking me bollocks laughing. It's like some jacked, like roided out looking former fucking I don't know if he was Army or Marines or something, like, he has like a Medal of Honor and all or some shit, like, he's like freaking out and the cops get called. Like, I might actually put it on, and I think there's like half an hour left in the stream or something, like, I might just like put it on for a few minutes, cause like he says some of the funniest shit I've ever heard during an attempted de-escalation or an arrest. Like, starts challenging the police. There's like 4 police officers around him and they know his name. They're like, dude, Chris, like, Chris, relax, Chris, come on buddy, like, don't do this and all, like, and he's just walking around topless, like, just like he's like, right now, why don't you go toe to toe with me right now, push up for push up. And it's just 4 police officers like debating whether to tase him or not, like, you know? It's like, Chris, come on, don't do this, bro. No, I'm so serious. Let me do some pull-ups. So.
When opportunity knocks.
When opportunity knocks.
Seize
What?
the day.
Like you? Show him, you fucking rude cunt, you. Be thankful for your Second Amendment. Our PM openly tells his countrymen that they do not have the right to protect their own lives. Nah, won't be doing that, thanks. Oh yeah, that's hilarious. Fucking the old Justina fella.
Take me to ecstasy.
Fucking like
Feeling so good.
the like this, like I know you're not going to take offense, but like the utter state of Canada. I couldn't think of a better way to say it. Like, I'm just like they killed 20,000 people through euthanasia. You know, like that old woman that turned around and was like, I've been waiting and contacting the government for months now because I'm disabled and I'm trying to get a grant to like get a fucking electric chair on my stairs so I can get around my house easier, and it's like for my health and stuff. And they turned around to her and they were like, have you tried dying? Would you like to die? We can kill you. Would you like that? Like, you know, like fucking hell, like that's where like we live in clown world, like really, like fucking. I need some healthcare. We could kill you. Like, I'm suffering from depression. Yeah, well, we can. You will suffer no more. Like, just lie down, take a deep breath, and let us do our job. Your tax money is going to a perfectly moral purpose. Justice is just us. I do thank God and the founding fathers for this right. I won't take it for granted to the bitter end. It's just like, it's crazy. Like it's kind of obvious why somebody would put so much effort into destroying America because of what it represents. Like that stuff like that, where it's like an individual can have private land, a private business, a private, like, you know, gun collection, all this stuff, like, and there's not a damn thing the government can do about it if he's not breaking any laws or, like, you know, fucking with people. Like, whereas like there's other countries where it's like, if you disagree that our Lord and Savior is a guy in a military costume and a shit haircut who doesn't shit, fucking like, will fucking like put you in an internment camp or like torture you for 7 days, and like, it's like, and like, don't get me wrong, I know there's a lot of propaganda that comes into the West about how bad the East is. I know, like, you know what I mean? Like, I see all these fucking YouTube heads who like your man Lord Miles and stuff, like, that was a lot of what that was supposed to be. It's like going to these fucked up places and being like, okay, is what we're being told by our governments like actually true? And like, we'll see what the crack is. Like, and like, yeah, there is like a lot of fucked up places in the realm, and like America has done a lot of fucked up shit, you know. Well, not America, the American government. But that's what it is. It's like everyone's governments. I'd say like you could probably go back to like, all right, when they signed the Antarctic Treaty, it was like all governments in the realm were essentially declaring that they were like unanimously corrupt, you know. Are we all going to blatantly lie to our populace for, like, you know, what we're going to call for their like, you know, it's for the greater good or some shit, like, you know. I don't know. I mean, don't get me wrong, I know like unearned knowledge and unearned wealth and stuff like that is extremely dangerous and stuff, which is probably why a lot of this shit is hidden, you know. But they cannot and should not deny that, like, we do, like, a human, like a child deserves to be ignorant to certain things and to know other things, like, you know, don't touch that, it's hot, you'll hurt yourself, you know. But you don't mention the dark shit, like, till he's like fucking of age or whatever, like, you know, and fucking for that, like, for anyone wondering, like, I'd start teaching my son about like some dark shit around like 10 or 12. You know, when you can comprehend what a bad guy is and why bad guys do bad things, that's when I'd start being like, you know, you're going to die. Like, yeah, that'd be a way. Hey, son, someday you're gonna die.
You blocked me on Facebook, and now you're going to
I love that shit. You blocked me on Facebook, and now you're going to die. Like, just like hundreds of people like, yeah, fuck Facebook. Like, oh, I fucking love it, like. There is one paraplegic who had his rent raised above his income level and chose to die instead of being homeless, but by all means pay for their fentanyl and heroin. Like, Jesus fucking Christ. A paraplegic had his rent raised above his income level and chose to die. And like, the really dark thing is like that's probably what they've modeled out. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's probably what they have, like, what would be, it would be a model, wouldn't it? It'd be like our current model shows, like they would mathematically predict that, where they're like, okay, if we do this, a lot of people will respond like this, you know? And that's what they want. It's like, look, we'll kill you if you want. And then they'll put a lot of people in a position that they know where a lot of people would rather be dead than, like, suffer something. Which is crazy. Like, I'd rather be, obviously I'd rather be homeless than be dead. I think that's one of the things that, like, makes people like me fucking, you know, generally easygoing and resilient, is like, I would face most things. Even if they were terrifying. Because I wouldn't be able to live with myself afterwards if I didn't. That's how I see things. Like, if something was, like, overwhelming to me, like, and it was like, I've got no chance, it's like, alright, well, I suppose this is how I go out then, isn't it? With a bang. You know, like, you don't want to go out with a whimper, you want to go out in the blaze of glory, like. Or just, you know, peacefully in your bed, surrounded by your family. But, like, if you gotta go, you know, seemingly prematurely in some kind of high-octane fashion or some shit, or some kind of, like, show, it's like, alright, well, fucking bring it on then, like. That's such a depressing thing to be like, oh, I'd rather be dead. Like, obviously, if you're paraplegic, like, the idea of being homeless is like, I'll die, like, how will I survive? But, like, the fact that there was no one around to be like, dude, I'll take care of you, like, what the fuck, like, I'll feed you for a few months if I have to, or something, like, I don't know, I mean, it's just fucking incredibly sad. Like I've said multiple times though, I mean, like, at the same time that fucking horrific, awful, fucking godforsaken stuff is going on, there's some, like, fucking really cool, beautiful shit going on at the same time. And yeah, I would, like, if somebody asked me, like, what should I focus on, where should my focus be, like, you know, obviously focus on the good, the true, and the beautiful, but, like, don't ever forget that the dark exists, you know? Complacency will kill a nigga. He probably placed bets on whether he'd accept that end or his life. It's better to face hardship and endure that than take the easy way out. I know, like, but I've like, I've been there. To my great shame. I have shame for that. That, like, I'm the kind of person that, like, I got to a point where I was like, fuck this, I'm just gonna hang myself. I have shame in that, like I look at myself and I'm like, I can't believe you were that, in a sense, weak, you know? Because, like, from my perspective, it wasn't like self-pity or sadness, really, like, do you know what I mean? Like, I was so overwhelmed with frustration and anger and a sense of, like, hopelessness, where I was like, I'll only make my life and other people's lives worse if I do what I want to do, which is, like, fucking kill someone, you know?
Training center,
like, that's how I felt, like, a lot of the time. It was like, I'm gonna fucking snap and I'm gonna butcher someone with my bare hands like a fucking animal, like. And but there's the other part of me was like, that's not the kind of guy you are, that's not the guy you want to be, like, you know what I mean? So I had this weird internal conflict where I was like, right, well, if I'm gonna fucking kill someone, then I'll kill myself. You know, there was a part of me that was convinced that it's like, I have to put this energy somewhere, like, you know. So if I'm gonna be, like, if I'm gonna be murderously violent to someone, it should be me, you know. And, like, that's, it makes sense when you see the scars I have on my body. Like, Like, I fucking carved myself up like a Christmas ham. You know what I mean? Like, I know for a fact that, like, fucking social workers and, like, psychiatrists and shit, like, if they saw my stuff and, like, knew that it was, like, self-inflicted, they'd be like, Jesus Christ, not a lot of people do that stuff to themselves. Like, it's like biblical shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I went really deep and really long with a fucking, like, the blade from a pencil sharpener. Like, you know, I didn't, like, do some ritualistic shit where, like, you know, I got like a straight razor or something, or like a craft knife. Like, no, I got really drunk on vodka, opened up a pencil sharpener and, like, dragged it across my shoulders, dragged it across my pecs. Like, I fucking carved myself up, like, and it was because I didn't want to hurt other people, but at the same time I wanted to, like, unleash my, like, rage upon the whole world. Like, I wanted to burn the place down, like, do you know what I mean? The incredibly palpable and overwhelming sense of frustration of, like, your parents are fucked up, the people in your life are fucked, even the people you like and, like, trust to a degree are fucked up. You know, the system's fucked up, the people that, like, the public is fucked up, nothing works, everybody's lying, like, all this fucking shit. Like, it was crazy, fucking crazy. And it's not even like I was, like, I didn't even think, like, I thought, like, I'm gonna hang myself and then I'm gonna laugh because I'm gonna end up in, like, limbo or, like, purgatory or some shit. Like, I had that thought where I was like, I was kind of frustrated and annoyed because I was like, oh fuck, like, typical, I'm probably gonna, like, because I believe in, like, spirits and the spirit realm and, like, an afterlife and shit. So when I got to the point where I was, like, so angry and frustrated that I got suicidal, I then was, like, annoyed that I was like, I'm probably just gonna make my problems worse because I'm gonna hang myself and then I'm gonna end up in the ghost realm with all these problems. And I'll be standing there being like, oh, I shouldn't have hung myself. It's all this, like genuine, like, trying to, like, rationalize things and logic it out, like, based on my beliefs and stuff, and, like, it was crazy. Like, I can't remember what fucking snapped me out of it, really. I'm not quite sure. Because I'd already kind of gotten over it, like, you know, when I was, like, what, like, I'd already made, like, I think God brought me to the Bears because I had already made the choice to not do that. So he was like, okay, you've proven you're that kind of person, so I'm going to put you with these, you know? But, like, if I'd have chosen the other route, things would have been different, like. That's why I'm always saying that, like, people in the bear community, like, inspire the fuck out of me, like. Man, like, grungy blues bear inspires the fuck out of me. That scruffy fucking dumpster dwelling fat raccoon looking motherfucker. Shout out to Grungy, he's a legend. When that dude plays guitar, man, seriously, like, he's like, that dude deserves an audience of, like, fucking 10,000 people, like, just to, like, sit there and listen to him play guitar. He's that good at playing guitar, like, you know. I'm just like, I'm repeatedly humbled and inspired by, like, real people, you know, which is essentially what I was missing from my life. Because, like I said, if you, like I described, like, that's how I felt, was, like, not even how I saw the situation. It was like, everybody I'm surrounded by is just, like, lying on some level, either to themselves or me or both, and I'm sick of this shit. Because it's not like I was lying to people, I just knew, or at least felt like I couldn't be as honest as I wanted to be because people would just have meltdowns. And I didn't want to deal with more of their shit because I was already dealing with their shit. Like, it's like, seriously, like a Jack Nicholson situation where you just stand there being like, I can't tell you what I actually believe because if I do, you'll either hate me or you just have a meltdown. Like, you, like, can't tell people the truth because they're gonna have a meltdown, like, you know. And it's funny how real that became, and, like, how true that became, like, on a widespread scale of, like, you can't even turn around to someone and be like, you know, Oh yeah, I think COVID's a hoax without them being like, oh, you're a fucking science denier. Like, it's like, oh, there we go. Look. One of the few positive stories that came from the maids system. I thought I'd be a plague on humanity. Now I know humanity is a plague on mankind. Yeah, I had a lot of bitterness and anger and hatred and shit, like, and I wanted to release it, but I didn't want to take it out on other people because I know they didn't deserve it. Which is why I was one of those guys that, like, sometimes when I'd go for walks at night, I would, like, hope that some scumbag would try and rob me so I could kill him. I had this thing where I was like, I need a release. I need a fucking release. Like, I need somewhere to put all this stuff. But I can't do it to somebody who doesn't deserve it. It needs to be like a... that's why I contemplated being a sniper in the army one time. Like, I was like, maybe I should join the army. Maybe, like, you know, they'll give me the opportunity to legally shoot someone, like... Which is so dark, you know? Which is why I know that, like, you know, you shouldn't, like... The military is, like, fucked up, man. Like, I know it's necessary in a lot of ways, like, but it's like... It's... A lot of it is, like, you get dudes who just want to fucking... Like, I just want to fucking kill something! You know, it's like, okay, Timmy, this way. You know, go kill something for your country. Be a patriot. It's like... Like, to deny the fact that we have primal desires just because we should discipline our primal desires is just such a fucking dishonest thing to do in a society, you know? To say that, like, you can't relate to, like, somebody who snaps and, like, kills someone or whatever, like, to say that you can't relate to, like, you know, somebody who fucking breaks down and, like, fucking shoots themselves or something, like, there's always a, like, you know, if you could be in their head at that moment or the last 6 weeks leading up to that moment, and, like, I'm telling you now, you'd be able to, like, relate. You'd be able to go, damn, yeah, I kind of get it, like, that sucks. Obviously, you probably wouldn't be like, no, I wouldn't have reacted the way you reacted, but, like, you can relate, man, you know? We're all in some form of pain, typically. It's just, like, some of us just break, you know? Which is just tragic, you know? Like, I would be of the opinion that, like, all these people that, like, you know, all these people that the medical system and the justice system is like, oh, that guy's, you know, clinically insane, or, like, he has a chemical imbalance, or, like, all this. That's what I completely agree with Marzinski, you know? It's the voices in your head, man. Stop listening to them, you know? They're not your voices. It's something else. It's like... And, like, I don't necessarily believe that, like, low IQ people don't have a monologue. They probably just, like... I don't know, maybe they don't, but, like... I feel like I have such a proactive, like, healthy internal monologue. Like, multiple fucking versions and all this shit. Because, like, I've spent so much time on my own...
Come try you.
Solving problems and, like, making stuff. Or maybe it's my connection to God or something. I don't fucking know. Like, I find it hard to believe that you couldn't, like, how do you think then? Do you know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? Like, people with a low IQ can't think. It's like, no. It's like people with a low IQ just have a less of an ability to think, but they can still think, you know? Don't get me wrong. I know when you go to a certain degree, it's just like, like fucking, like, Timmy, you're drooling again. Like, I don't know, like, part of me is like, the merciful thing to do is to kill someone like that, like at birth, Spartan style, when you're looking at the baby and you're like, oh, I don't know, I mean, it's gonna take a lot of people to take care of you all the time if you can't walk and you look a bit meek, like, I don't know if you're gonna last, like, do you know what I mean? It's like, we've only got so many fucking barrels of grain left this, so, like, do you know, like, I get that, like, I know it's cold, you know, but it's like, man, nature's cold, you know, in that sense, like, but then I also, like, there's a part of me that's like, generally, you know, there's like some kind of like very basic or like, you know, set, like, you know, at least productive but very simple task, not mundane, that you could give to like a really fucking retarded person. Just be like, you know, like, hey Clyde, just put this in this. Let's just stand here and do that. You know, like, and all you have to do is like every so often you just like check on him. You know, like, you know. I mean, if you can train a monkey to do some shit, like, you're not alone in that, Defender. A lot of us have been through the shite and came out the other side appreciating the good, true, and beautiful. Yeah, like, I fucking, I have, like, a pretty profound, sense of gratitude. Like, sometimes when I lie in bed now, like, it's funny, because, like, if the female's awake, I get embarrassed, and I don't do it. I only do it when I'm on my own. But, like, I just, like, close my eyes, and I'm just like, thank you for everything. You know? Because I know, like, if I did that, like, she'd be like, what are you doing, talking to the God? You know, like, and I'd probably just laugh and be like, yeah, fuck off. You know, like... But, like, I've never been the praying type, like, you know? But, like, I do that every so often, I'm just like, thank you. Seriously. Like, I don't think I can do enough in the rest of... I don't think I could do enough, even if I lived for 1,000 years, to, like, even approach a point where I could honestly say, like, do you know what? Yeah, I think I've earned my place here, like, do you know? I think, I like, and maybe this is just me being harsh on me or whatever, it's like, oh, it's up to God to judge me, not me, like, you know, but, there's a part of me that's like, maybe it's because I have shame for getting to a point where I got suicidal. A part of me is like, you don't deserve to be here, you don't deserve to be happy, you don't deserve to be, like, you know, engaged to a beautiful female who's willing to allow you to do this, you know, while she's the breadwinner. Like, I have, like, a profound sense of shame sometimes, where I'm like, you know, you should have just fucking killed yourself, you fucking ungrateful prick. You know, it's weird. Like, I've said it before, like, I can be an asshole to myself. Like, some of the things that I think and some of the things that come into my mind, I'm like, dude, what the fuck? No wonder I got suicidal. Like, man, I got shit to paint. Fuck you, I'm hungry. Let's make a sandwich. Like, you know, like, and then I, like, come back in that mode of, like, fucking hell, like,
Describe what you'd like your
stop being such a fucking negative Nelly, like, you know? But I was like that for years, so sometimes it's hard. Yeah, same. Different, but same. Love you folks, truly, you are the cream of crab. I love you too, nigga. I love all my Japanites. Love the bears. Like that moment where they all came over for my birthday last year and shit, like, I've never... You can see it, you can see the shock on my face in the video and all. Like, I've never felt, like... I can't remember the last time I felt like that. Where I was just like, what the fuck? You guys did this for me? What the fuck? Like... And like that chokes me up and all sometimes in a weird way, because I'm like... I swear to God, I don't think people like me that much. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, obviously I know people think I'm, like, funny or, like, fun to be around or some shit, but, like, to make that effort just for 1 or 2 days to come over and see me for my birthday, like, I was just like, you guys are, like, on another level of cool, you know, like, because, like, I'm always, like, fantasizing about stuff, like, doing stuff like that for, like, my family members or my friends, or the people I love, and then I never really have the money to do it, you know, because of the way my life is panned out, because of the choices that I've made. Like, just I've never had a lot of money, like, you know. I'm always fantasizing about, like, oh man, I'd, like, you know, I want to go visit this person, I want to do this, and I want to, like, you know, buy this for this person or show my appreciation in some way or some shit like that. But that's one of the reasons why I've, like, you know, I've tried to be so consistent with this thing, because it's like, in a way, Painting Goo has allowed me to show my appreciation to you guys by, like, showing up every day and trying to entertain you and trying to, like, you know, have something in your ear or in front of your eyes that isn't all that mainstream bullshit that you can relate to. You can talk to me, you can say whatever you want. We make awesome shit, we work together and stuff, and we like, it's like, you know, a collective thing, and share ideas and make each other laugh and all that shit, like, you know. So I'm humbled and honoured to be in this position of conduit of the good, true and beautiful. I agree, Demon Hunter Beru. Despite agreeing, he has some gay to pay away. Way to sap it up, Maple Monkey. Man, I think the Canadian, like, the Canadian insults are some of the best insults. You fucking Maple Monkey. Yeah, I love that. Where like 2 acres, like, I'm back, and I'm always like, I didn't even know you were gone, but I'm delighted you're back. Like, cause you never go, I'm leaving, I'll be back in a minute. Like, you always just come back in. You're like, I'm back, and I'm like, he was gone. What if I convert? What if I convert to Mongolian? Will you have love for me then? Dude, I'd probably love you more. Like, I think Mongolians are awesome. Man, Genghis was a Chad. I don't care what anyone says. Like, fucking boiling people alive. Like, while he like impregnates 100 women. Like, and then they all just get on horses and go to the next area. Like, what a fucking legend. Oh, you're into your second week. Second week of what? What was I talking about? Oh, when do you start your throat singing practice? I'm in my second week. Man, that shit's awesome. I have some like really cool tunes on my playlist with that Mongolian throat singing shit. I used to do my qigong to that stuff. It's incredibly like it's the type of stuff that allows you to zone the fuck out for like hours. It's great. I love shit like that. Oh! Glorious Gepu. Paint, rat. Zip. Make us some browner. Stabberoo just like throws his arms up in excitement and crashes the fucking forklift. He's making browner. It's genuinely fucking surprising sometimes how like I try to keep the stuff on the palette really wet and then I cover it. Like, admittedly I could cover it better, but it's just handy the way I do it. Like, but it's like genuinely surprising like how quickly this stuff just goes like rock solid, like phrasing. Dang, Top Notto looking legit strong. And it's nearly like flopping like all the way down back to the fucking, like, it's actually hilarious. I do love my Top Notto. It brings me joy. Like I've legit fucking you know, like the female be like, oh, you need a haircut, you're getting a bit like, you know, wild man again, like, and I'd be like, no, I need my Top Notto for PEINTEINGU. You know, like, I might just like shave the sides, fucking Ragnar style. is it? I am out of yellow. Well, that yellow. Now I'm on the tub. That'll probably that's even like that has a. This is 100 mils. That's 140 mils. So it's almost like 50% more than this shit. So that'll last me a while. I think I might just start like I might switch to don't freak out 2 Acre about what I'm about to say, because I know you just got me a lot of the acro gouache stuff, which I really appreciate. Like, do you know what I mean? I can't wait to pack it. I can't wait to unbox that. Like, but like the Pebeo shit, I think I might. The next time I just get the primary colors of like red, blue, green, yellow, and black and white. I think I might try and purchase all of it in Pebeo and see how I go then. Because I just have a feeling that it might be a little bit more efficient and cost effective. Grungy's getting married? Fuck off! Like, oh my god, 2 Acre said the exact thing. I was oh no, he said the fuck, no way. I was about to be like, fuck off, no way. To who? Who's Grungy getting married to? Who the like I was about to be a proper dickhead there. I'm just busting his balls. But I was about to be like, who the fuck let that fiery cunt crawl up on top of her? I'm sure she's great. It fucking like. There's something about Grungy, like the fact that like I have never held like a fucking like proper like conversation with that guy, and every interaction nearly that we've had is just like sending each other funny shit or like ripping the fucking shit out of each other. I just love his energy. He reminds me of a friend of mine, like. Just very similar vibe. I love Grungy. Two-week engagement? What, like they've only been engaged 2 weeks, or like what's the crack? Hey, Grungy getting married, what's the guy's name? It's like, Grungy's getting married! That poor raccoon! Somebody called PETA. That would have been the best one. That would have been the best. Oh, Grungy's getting married. Grungy's getting married. Oh fuck! Somebody called PETA. Like. I think Demon Hunter Bear called me this as well. But like, one of the times I turned around to Grungy and was, hey, you fucking hairy Canadian faggot or whatever. Like, he was like, see you fucking Paddy McCarbomb, fucking like. Was that you, Demon Hunter Bear, or was that him? I can't remember. Like, you called me Paddy McCarbomb. I think it was Grungy. I can't remember. I started pissing myself off. Oh. Oh, that brown's way too dark. That's not mousy brown. It's dirt brown. Grungy said they're moving to Edmonton. Where's Edmonton? Oh, glorious Kivu. I'm gonna have to switch this bitch out for a different one. She keeps flaring on me. Mad annoying. Just poor quality brush. He tried stealing Paddy McCarbomb from me. Yes, that is. It was you, was it? Where's Edmonton? A thriving gay community? Oh god.
I think we should have gotten Cooper.
Just like, of all the fucking responses to fucking the news of Grungy getting married, like it's a joyous occasion, my bear friends. Grungy Blues Bear is getting married. It's just like, oh fuck, call PETA. You know, like they're moving to Edmonton. Isn't that a fucking thriving gay community? Like, no congratulations. No, like I'm happy for them. No, nothing. Just like, oh fuck, what the hell happened there? Like, Grungy's getting married. Oh, that poor female. It's obvious she doesn't have a father. Like, it's like anything and everything, like. How funny it would be if a lot of Chechens just randomly strolled into my fucking chat and they're like, oh yeah, this is the vibe. Like, I hear it's the San Fran of Northwest Territories, Alberta, cattle country, and now much gayer. Someone just make sure he stays away from the bulls. It's like they show up at their new land or their new home, and it's just like it's like, oh look, the cattle, and Grungy's just like like down, Grungy. Man, his dog is like one of the most beautiful fucking dogs I've ever seen in my life. Feck, this is proper raving. Well, you asked for it. like, this is a live recording of just a lot of people in a pit, and like the DJ is just fucking doing his work. Like, looks fucking awesome. Like. They'll own one steer named Bobby. He'll be just the cutest thing. Oh god. Oh, it's becoming too real now. Sounds like rave music from John Wick. Yeah, man, that's my shit, man. Fucking lasers and smoke and just people like fucking losing their shit, like in a perfectly moral, healthy way, of course. Like, I don't see why people can't have a bit of a laugh, like, in a bit of a dark, adult way, like, and it not, like, get degenerate, like, do you know what I mean? It's like, I've seen, like, I've had gaff parties like that, where it's like, yeah, we get wrecked and, like, drunk, and, like, there's some fucking, you know, punching each other or slapping each other or whatever like that, and, like, things get a bit out of hand in some conversations, and somebody has an argument and cries or something, but it's like, nothing like demonic happens, you know. I know you could argue that fucking getting drunk is demonic, but I would argue, like, you know, like I agree with that. Like, drunkenness is bad, but like being a bit tipsy isn't, you know. Like, every culture drinks, you know. Well, the Muslims don't drink now, you know. Just go back. It's like, you know, and if they don't drink and they don't smoke, then they do something else. Like, you know, everybody has something, you know. Like, maybe the Muslims just fucking really love carpets and sniffing them. I don't fucking know. Has anyone ever called a fucking Muslim a carpet sniffer? Is that a thing? Shut up, you rug sniffing bitch. My brother, this is haram. I ain't gonna be spoken to by no rug sniffer. Like, brother, please. Like, oh god. Ugh. Okay. probably gonna take a while to do all the box on this shark. See the way she keeps flaring out like that? Can you see that? It like keeps splitting and turning into 2 points, and it's too close to, like, it's not like I can rely on one of the points because the other one's like right beside it, so it keeps creating 2 lines instead of one. Like, I'm just gonna need to. It's time to switch, bitches. I could just do it this way. I'm there trying to do circles that are like precise and stuff. I could just do little blotches and then I'll go back in with the orange and just layer it. Be easier. My forklift can't move fast enough right now for some odd reason. You're like going fucking like a mile and a half around the, like, a mile and a half an hour around the warehouse with big packages, and you're just sitting in the cab like fucking come on! The thing's just like like, the one that's always been most appealing to me would be like, oh yeah, like that'd be a seriously cool vibe, is the scene from Blade 1, the blood rave. The blood rave is like one of the coolest things ever. Like when I was younger, I was like, oh yeah, that'd be deadly, fucking sexy vampire bitches everywhere, blood from the ceiling, yes. Like, the bit where the beat drops and all the blood comes out the sprinklers and they're just like fucking going nuts, like, it's awesome. And it's only made better by the fact that he starts kicking the head off everyone, like, it's so cool, like. What is this? Of course I want to continue! What the fuck do you think I am? Always have to slap some anime in there.
Attention.
Oh, way too much brack there. Only needed a tiny bit. Fuck.
Attention. Attention. Attention.
It can be quite humorous though. Haha. What's quite humorous? The grungy being gay thing, and I was like, it's getting too real. No, I find myself wanting to lift heavy objects for no apparent reason. You're like shifting around a lot of fucking, like, you know, real light boxes and stuff, and you're like, I want something heavier. Give me something that weighs 1,000 pounds. I wish to test myself. Oh, good. perfect. He is perfectly derpy. Right. I'm gonna leave it there. This concludes the end of today's glorious Paintingu, my beloved Japanites. I am afraid I must leave you. Before I go, however, I must remind you to pay for Paintingu if you have any honor. And to be good, true, and beautiful. I bid you farewell, and may you have a glorious and God-willing, joyful weekend. And I shall see you Monday. Same time, same place, same high-octane painting energy and ranting. In the meantime, be good, be true, and be beautiful. And I and the Paintingu posse shall see you soon. God bless and farewell.